Man, how? Ditulo di ngata mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we start with the national anthem, may we please rise and please take off your hats, minds off, as we sing the national anthem.
Oh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You may please take a seat. And now it is time, just behind the mic. Now it is time for a performance by the Lesedi Gospel Choir. Take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the Lesedi Gospel Choir. Alrighty. How was their performance, everyone? Patong. Wow. I know it's a Tuesday, but it really felt like church, I can't lie. You know, my spirit is full, right? But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are here today not just to sit down and listen to performances, but we're here today for a very good cause. Now, if many of you may know, right, we had our elections last year and we voted for all sorts of parties. The ballot was very long, guys. You know, that ballot was like a magazine, low-key. So, we are here today to try and encourage you guys, the youth of Gauteng, to vote. Because if you guys don't vote, you guys won't have a say in the future of this beautiful province called Gauteng. But we're going to do things a bit differently, right? Today we're going to be having different types of performances. So we're going to have poetry, drama, rap, and they're going to be showing us interesting ways to encourage you guys as a youth to go out and vote. Are we clear, everyone? We're not clear. Are we clear, everyone? Okay, we are clear. All right, now it's time for the declaration of the precinct and, of course, the purpose of the session. So without further ado, to start our formal proceedings, will we please welcome the Speaker of the Gauteng Provincial Legislature, Ms. Moragane Musubya.
Is it working? Yeah, it's fine. Okay. I, Moragane Musubya, as the Speaker of the Gauteng Legislature, hereby declare Brixton Multipurpose Center in the city of Johannesburg as the precinct of the Gauteng Provincial Legislature in terms of Rule 9 of the Standing Rules of the Gauteng Provincial Legislature, Version 5, Revision 1, read together with Section 2, Subsection 1, and Section 28 of the Powers, Privileges, and Immunities of Parliament and Provincial Legislature Act Number 4 of 2004. The precinct of provincial legislature are described as follows. The precincts of parliament or legislature is the area of land and every building or part of a building under parliament or legislature's control, including the chambers in which the proceedings of the house are conducted and the galleries and lobbies of the chambers. Every part of the building in which the chambers are situated and every forecourt, yard, garden, enclosure, or open space appurtenant thereto. Committee rooms and other meeting places provided or used primarily for parliament or legislature's purpose, and every other building or part of a building provided or used in connection with the proceedings of parliament or legislature while so used. For the duration of this meeting, this place, the hall that we are in and outside, will be the precinct of the Gauteng Provincial Legislature. Thus, the standing rules of the legislature will apply and govern all the engagements of the day. Thank you. Dumelang. I could not greet you first because I had to declare the precinct as the precinct of the legislature. Can we give that choir another round of applause? Program Director, thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please make it some noise for the Speaker of the Gauteng Provincial Legislature, everybody. With that being said, when I was young, right, I had this dream. I've always wanted to do that part of speeches called protocol observed. I've always wanted to do that. So it's time for me to do protocol observed. So I would like to firstly greet the speakers of the City of Johannesburg, Ms. Margaret Arnold. Obviously, you've just met her, the Speaker of the GPL, Ms. Morakane Musupya, as well as all of our big dignitaries from the IEC, the various regions that are here, and all the important people who are here. I see you guys, you're important, you're looking very nice. All protocol observed. Make some noise for me, everybody! You've low-key made a dream come true for me. But anyway, now we are going to be having a performance by the Drupas. Honalama Drupa. We're going to get ready for them. Let's...
Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for the troopers! Yes. Yeah, no, we're gonna have a good day. We're gonna have a good day. All right, everybody. All right. Settle down. All right. It's time to get to the main purpose and the main business for why we're here today. So I will not be wasting any more of your time. Please welcome the Speaker for the City of Johannesburg, Councillor Margaret Arnold. Let's make some noise for everybody.
Good afternoon, everybody. Program Director, Honorable Speaker of the Gauteng Provincial Legislature, Honorable Morekane Motsupi, esteemed presiding officers, representatives, and all speakers from all the regions in Gauteng, officials of the Independent Electoral Commission and the Department of Home Affairs, members of the Gauteng Speakers Forum present, our passionate youth performers and creatives, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, once again, good afternoon to you all. It is an honor and a privilege to welcome you today to this significant occasion, especially because it's in the city of Johannesburg and we are the host of the G20. The launch of the Gauteng's Legislature Voters Education Program hosted at the Brixton Multipurpose Center. We gather under the powerful theme, active, healthy, and responsible citizens, guided by the dynamic energy of our youth as we've just seen, the Gauteng Province Vote Crew. Today we are not merely here to launch a program. We are igniting a movement that calls on every young person to take ownership of their vote and their voices, their power and their future. A movement that reminds us that our democracy is strongest when its people, especially its youth, participate actively and intentionally. South Africa is facing a serious challenge, voter apathy, particularly among you young people. Statistics paint a troubling picture. Over 10 million South Africans of voting age are not even registered to vote. Not unprepared, not undecided, not unaware, and not registered. That means then 10 million votes remain silent even before elections arrives. After silence, whether by choice or by disengagement, has consequences. When people do not register, they do not vote. They remove themselves from decisions that directly affects their lives, their jobs, their education, their health care, their safety, their service delivery, economic opportunities, and the future of their communities. Voter apathy creates a democracy where decisions are made by fewer and fewer people. And when fewer people participate, the legitimacy of our democratic system weakens. Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, young leaders, we cannot afford this silence. South Africa cannot afford this disengagement. Not now, not ever. Young people make up the largest demographics of our province and in our nation. You are not simply a segment of the population. You are the majority. And a majority that does not participate is a majority that gives away its power. But today, as I look around, I see something different. I see dancers, I see painters, I see poets, I see creative young people using art to express their voices, their frustrations, their dreams, and their visions for our own country. I see young people who care. I see young people who are ready. I see young people who want to be counted. This program is your program. It's about ensuring that the energy displayed here today becomes the foundation of a new civic culture, a culture where participating in democracy is not an exception, but becomes a norm, a culture where young people understand that voting is not just a right, it is a force that shapes budgets, laws, policies, and opportunities. The call to action. So what does being an action, healthy and responsible citizen mean? It means register to vote and encourage others to do the same. It means understanding the issues that affect your community. It means demanding accountability from your leaders as well as from yourself. It means showing up not only during elections, but every day as contributors to society. Democracy is not something done for us, it's something done with us and through us. The city of Johannesburg is proud to stand with the Gauteng legislature, the IEC and all partners in making voter education a priority. Because when our youth participate, our democracy thrives. When they withdraw, our democracy suffers. In closing, I'd like to say to the young people here today, your power is not in the future. It is in your hands right now. Do not let it slip away. Do not let apathy steal your influence. Do not allow others to decide for your future. On behalf of the city of Johannesburg, I welcome you all warmly and invite you to engage, to question, to create, and more important, to participate in our democracy. I thank you, and may today spark a renewed spirit of active citizenship across our beloved province. I thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we please make some noise for the Honorable Speaker of the City of Johannesburg? Yes. I must mention, I was with the Speaker of the City of the Johannesburg, and she was stressed, guys. We're in the middle of G20s, yakhala manje. Stress. So we're glad that she's here today to be able to laugh with us, to be able to have some fun with us. And also, with that being said, I would also like to give some recognition, firstly to the Speaker of the Emfuleni local municipality, Sibongile Sotruza, and also to the Speaker of Mohale City, Councillor Donovan David. Can you please make some noise for them? Yo, they're gonna strangle me. Hey. But yes, okay, before we begin with our itemized events, I have a couple of announcements. Firstly, with regards to food, I know you guys have been really asking about that. Food will be served soon, and they will be served to you guys at your seats. So you guys don't have to leave where you guys are. So we're going to deal with you guys accordingly, guys. So don't worry, comrades. Yeah. Secondly, we have a lost and found with us. There's a pink bag that has decided to disappear. It's with us right now. My brother just shows that bag. Yes. If that is your bag, please come through to me and we can give you your bag. Otherwise, I'm taking it, guys. It's a bonus. It's December. I'm playing. Please get your bags. So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be starting with our itemized program. And with that being said, I would like to welcome the Ekurhuleni youth, the thespians, who will be coming here and doing a bit of drama for you guys, all right? So guys, can we please make some noise for the Ekurhuleni youth?
sugezile thina lo mhlaba sugezile thina lo mhlaba sugezile thina lo mhlaba sugezile mhlaba sugezile mhlaba sugezile thina lo 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 mhlaba Nkosi sikeleli Afrika maluphakamisa ukholo izwa imithandazo yethu Nkosi sikelela thina lusapho lwayo murena buluko sitshaba sa Yesu ufeditse lintwali matwenye ho Usibulukwe sitshaba sa Yesu sitshaba sa South Africa Yimngalo Masosijwayela Unalo
After the strength of
Nemalo Anje Ambashe kanjena awungasola
Njengesiteni ngakho
hayi bafowethu uzama ukungixelela uba price yezinini sizofumana 1 billion ngoku
hayi kululeka wena akajiwa mthumba lwakho kodwa benza business apho ukhumbule makabisikati izokhuphuka nayo
alright
hawu ngithelele wena mngani wami ubusuvile ngale meeting le eyenzwa ukhansela uBetis apha eground
bengakavanto kenza ama-meeting wakamakhansela fondini
hayi ke le meeting ebaluleke kakhulu because uza i-Gauteng provincial legislature
okay
izofundisa abantu about i-public participation
Mbona nokuthi
holding the government
ayibona nje ntayi
benza izinto ngendlela
holding the government accountable uyabona ke mhlekazi wami omhle mna lo desire phaa kula public participation into endifuna ubaxelela yona kaloku sinobhuti walaza abasigadayo ebusuku abapatrolayo ngeqonda loo nto funeka bajongwe nabo babhatalwe ngokusemthethweni mani basenza sibe zipho
yabona uthi into ebaluleke kakhulu community safety ingakho-ke sizothumela wena-ke mngani wami kodwa buka kubalulekile ukuthi uma uya laphayana uyehlise kancane ebhini
hayi fondini intoni ngoku
kubalulekile ukuthi uma ufika napho awukhuluma izinto ey'qondile esikhulu sami ungaveli ulahle i-direction nje kanjalo seswayo
hayi khululeka kanti ngiyoqonda kubo nqwa
so esiqala kanjalo qala kanjalo sisitshe ukuthi si-right bese siyabhima hamba usobe yokusibili uzoyithola amabuko
hayi Thembi wena njalo uqolokelela nefoni yakho yazogwinya le phone wena mara yini lena kule phone
uyangiyeka mani hayi yo uyangibona phela mina ngifuna ukuhlala i-Tavern sis next day mina yangibona kuhle kanjani mina next day ungibona nje ngifuna amabhazari sekuthi angakawatholi maka ngifuna amakhaphaza
yabona ke ukhuluma ngebhazari maniceda nihamba ama-public meeting kuyimanje ukhansela bekabizi meeting kuze abantu base-Gauteng provincial legislature ba-introduce iprogram ke ekuthiwa yi-youth sector parliament lapho-ke nifaka zonke iy'khalazo zenu kwayona le ndaba zamabharazi zikhona iy'ndaba zemisebenzi zikhona uzozazi kanjani ke wena ngoba TikTok bayafecuza laphaya loku-TikTok into ebalulekile nina nizazi ngiyozulahleka abantu be-human trafficking ngiyakutshela
manje ngitshela ukuthi ngingayifuna la le nto isho ngayithola
amonatijwang wena nje ithi gpl.gov.za chayine seyintweni
GP dot what now? Okay.
gpl.gov.za
Oh, so nemisebenzi ngayithola.
hey awungimamelanga
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Hey, sawubona baba kunjani? Igama lami nguGeorge baba wakamkapa. Kodwa besacela nje ukuthi before ngiqala konke ngithola isitulo baba hlale phansi.
Akhona ungasithatha isitulo kodini bathi ungabaleki naso.
Hayi kululeka phela lapha. Kululeka. Igama lami njobe sengishilo nguGeorge wakamkapa. Ngiphuma ku-Independent Electoral Commission, i-IEC ba. Sabe singena imizi nemizi sifundisa abantu ngokuvota kanye futhi ne-registration. Baba before ngiqhubeka ke ngalohlelo bengithanda ukukwazisa ukuthi every information that will be shared here izoba private kanti futhi izoba confidential.
Sezwana ke baba. Hayi ke ngiyajabulisa mangabe sihamba ngendlela okuyiyona baba.
Mkhulu kunezinto
Ezenzakalayo.
izinto ezifana nokuthi sinokukhala ngoba
Singazi ukuthi tax
iyaphi
asibhadala. Ngithinta lokhu ngoba ngiyasibona.
sikwa lapha esimhlophe.
Noma ungasibona isoka simhlophe awuzusiva kodini sesa.
Hayi mkhulu noma bengalithokozela itiya abaqhamuzaka ngalo ize ngokusebenzi la ekhaya. Baba ke ngilana nje uzokufundisa ngezinto ezinjengalezo ukuthi imali ye-tax imali ethathwayo bese iyabuya
Izosevisa i-community.
ikontizi
Ibhedlela,
ikolo the
building of infrastructure mkhulu. Kanti nale mali yeqhamuqa
Hayi xa sothatha inkamnkam ndayiva inketho yami.
yebo ke baba.
you see
Baba siphila
kwesinye isikhathi
isikhathi sedemocracy.
right mkhulu ingayisuke bekhona ukuthi idemocracy
Khehla lami. I-democracy i-useless or
pointless mkhulu wami if asiparticipate. So we encourage people ukuthi bathathe initiative. Sezwana khehla lami. Nawe ke mkhulu mangabe nabazukulu
awubakhuthaze phela ukuthi hayi akuvotwe.
Hayi ndiyakuva nyana.
Yebo ke mkhulu. Naye enye into engithanda ukuyithinta baba besacela nje ungiboleke noma i-ID yakho ngizokwazi ukukuchecka zethu ukuthi ubaba ukhonani. Hayi khululeka mkhulu. Njengoba bese ngiyithintile ke ukuthi yonke into esiyenza la i-private and confidential. Themba mina. Hey mkhulu. Ngiyabona usaphethe i-green book la.
Hayi kwedinda kuqhekeza.
Awukhehla lami. Khululeka ke mkhulu. Ngoba ke thina sisebenzisana nabantu abakhuthele kakhulu. Kuzoba khona abazosuka beze la ekhaya bazokwenzisa i-smart card. Obese intweni khehla.
Bese nje utsho noMarta angaliqoma.
Kahle mkhulu. Ya ngiyabona na umkhulu ngiyamthola la ku system. Cela ubambe kahle khehla lami. Mkhulu, ngosuku lokuvota kuzoba khona abantu bazofika la endlini. Kuyithi labo. Samba namo political parties are different so that sizokwazi ukuvotisa and senze sure ukuthi izinto are done fairly. Sezwana ke mkhulu.
Hayi avakali intwe engushweni.
nomkhulu ithi ngingathathi isikhathi eside sakho kanti ke nomsebenzi hey mningi.
Hayi akhona kandikhuphe.
Ngiyabonga khehla lami.
Sorry ma, igama lami ngumbuso. Ngiphuma kwinhlangano yezepolitiki ezoletha ushintsho khona la eTsakani. Uyabona ma, uma ngajona le nhlangano yethu yezepolitiki, ushintsho luningi sizoletha. Ngintshela mina zikontiri sizonakhela zona ma. Ngizothola ini? Sungapha ma. Singapheleli lapho ma. Yabona indaba zamalokishedi lezi zisi-affectayo. Yabona njengoba amanafotela thina sizoqeda nya. Ukanti wona ma asipheleli lapho. Yabona indaba yamanzi. Ngiyacabanga ukuthi uma uthi uyawasha laphayana amanzi awaphumi. Uyabona masekukhona thina ma. Indaba yamanzi izobe ikhona. No lockshedi ngisho ney'trati zizobe zikhona waya ma. Engicelayo wena ukuthi sinikeze ithuba ujone leli qembu lenhlangano yezepolitiki ezoletha ushintsho.
Hayi ngiyakuzwa mfana.
Yes.
Ithuba linguzimani.
Umbuso
umbuso.
Yeah.
Kuyayithinta zonke ezamanzi ezey'trati kodwa mina ngihlala eMkhukhwini from 1996 ukubhalisa kwami ke lo. Yakithi Wima thana ke ukulandela ifocus yami. Yabona? Ubuka, yabona? 1996 mina ngangibhalisile. Ilokhu.
Kanti khululeka ma. Njengoba semshilo mangifika ukuthi sizoletha ushintsho. Ukanti wena into omele uyenze, you need to go to Gauteng Provincial Legislature. Kulapho bazokusiza khona. They will investigate kweze housing ukuthi kungani kushaya isikhathi ungakatholi yakindlu.
Hayi wena ngathisa naso.
Yes.
Mina kodwa kimi nje inkingi izoba incane. Kade ngithi ikhuluke ngoba phela mina ngisebenzi ngiyatoha ngiyibambela lapha kaMrs emakhishini. Le thuba engiyitholayo ngithenga ugesi abantwana ngikhere esikolweni.
Khululeka njengoba semshilo sizoletha ushintsho. Uyabona ke mina ngizokhuluma nokhansela uBentis. Uyayibona? Ngiqeda ukukhuluma sizothatha iGauteng Provincial Legislature silethe la. Uyayibona? They will come with the petition standing committee to teach you and also to investigate into why ningakatholi izindlu till now.
Hayi mfana wami, yabona le indaba ezimnandi ke lezi. Uyabona la endaweni ngiyacabanga le 100 abantu abanalefoni. Mama
kule angisazokhuluma nokhansela. Ukanti sibona le ikhalazo zakho. Kunento esibiza ukuthi IDP. Integrated Development Plan. La government ke lelo. Yabona abantu abafana nabalele sekhalazo. Kulazi yakho. Bese uParliament uyezwa bese uya-execute. Yabona ke la izindlu Gauteng Provincial Legislature Petition Standing Committee uzolunga bonke ma.
lezi ke akusezami ngiyiwa. Mama kafuthi bafone.
Vote for change.
Vote for change. Vote for change. Listen, sonke lasifuna utshintsho, but nobody wants to vote, especially us, youth. So let's complain. If I say look, but nobody wants to vote. So let's show up, guys. Let's show up and voter, and then we can make a better future for us. Guys, let us think for ourselves now. Thank you.
My vote is my right.
My vote is my voice. My vote is my power. My vote is my secret.
Let's register.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for the Ekurhuleni youth. Give those guys an Oscar, a SAFTA, a SAMA, all those awards. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, as you've heard from the Ekurhuleni youth, we're here today to teach you guys about the importance of voting and why it's so important for you guys as young people to invest into it. So to tell us a bit more about it, we got the experts, the people who really know about this thing, ladies and gentlemen. So please welcome to the stage from the IEC, Ntate Moses Pitso. Please make some noise for him.
Madam Speaker of the Gauteng Legislature, please allow me to rise on the protocols already observed. I'm here representing the IEC. My name is Mospiso. I'm responsible for outreach and communication in the province. Maybe first let me start by introducing who or what the IEC is. Fine. The IEC derives its authority from Chapter 9 of the Constitution, which speaks to it being a state institution established to entrench democracy in the country. However, we find in the founding provisions of the South African state, in Section 1D of the Constitution, the need for the IEC is clearly outlined in South Africa's values. These include the universal adult suffrage, which is essentially the right for every adult to vote, a national common voters' roll, regular elections, and a multi-party system of democratic government to ensure accountability, responsiveness, and openness. Now, why the voters' roll? These values in the following provisions then find expression in several pieces of legislation, including Section 5 of the Electoral Act that provides for the compilation and maintenance of the voters' roll by the CEO of the IEC. And in Section 6 to 9 of the Act, of the same Act, focuses on the registration of voters. That is because even if you are a citizen in this country, if you are not registered on the voters' roll, you will not be allowed to vote. To further articulate the importance of the voters' roll, the courts have also weighed in on the matter in this regard. 3 judgments have thus far been handed down. The first one is Mhlophe and others versus the IEC, which really the judgment obliges the IEC to make sure that the addresses on the voters' roll are correct. And then in Kham and others, versus the IEC and the IEC is obliged to obtain sufficient particularities of the address of a voter on the voter's roll. In short, if a person does not have an address, say you stay underneath a bridge, the law requires the IC to say this person stays underneath a bridge at whatever a street corner, so that at least that particularity as a candidate in an election, you are able to visit that person there. And the third is the Mwali versus the IC and another, which the IC was required to share the voters' roll with complete addresses of voters to candidates, because the court said if a voter's roll does not have candidates, it does not have addresses, it has no value to a candidate. This is therefore is evident that the common voters' roll is a pertinent constitutional imperative for the sustenance of our electoral democracy in particular and South Africa's constitutional democracy. Now, why vote in elections? Voter participation in elections are a cornerstone of any thriving and successful democracy. Even though elections in themselves are not a measure of democratic participation, they nonetheless serve as an important indicator of citizens' interest in who governs them. This participation is more important in municipal elections because since municipal councils are at the coalface of citizens' interface with local government. Progressively, the country has experienced high degrees of indifference from voters in municipal elections, including in ward by-elections as compared to national elections. Data reveals that the voter registration figures have since been steadily going up. We are at around 28 million right now, registered voters. However, voter participation has been going down. For example, in 2016 elections, the voter turnout stood at around 15 million. However, in the 2021 elections, which are the subsequent elections, the voter turnout was as 12 million. By-elections are in an even worse situation, which has signaled an almost calamitous situation, with the voter turnout being as low as 30% in some instances. However, since this is not a complete picture, the gold standard for voter participation globally is the voter eligible population. The voter eligible population is the number of citizens in a country who are legally allowed to register and to vote. The speaker is already of Johannesburg, the city of Joburg has already spoken to the challenges of people who may be registered on the voters' roll, that are around 10 million that are not registered, but in other research says it's 15 million. But those that are registered, at least in the last election, 10 million of them did not vote. So this nonchalant posture of citizens towards elections in general and municipal elections in particular is a concern, since records show that they do participate, people do participate in other forms of democratic participation, including demonstrations, picketing, and petitions. Though data shows that these latter forms of democratic participation sometimes turn violent. And the logical progression of this disaffection in other countries has led to chaos, including civil wars, something that South Africa can ill afford. This therefore makes these interventions by GPL very important in trying to stem this downward spiral in voter participation over successive elections in the province, and to encourage particularly the youth to vote in the forthcoming elections. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly speak about what the IC for their part is doing. Number one, the IC has got programs which are community outreach mobilization programs that targets everybody within communities, including the youth and the disabled. And it also has got a tertiary institution program, which the campaigns were undertaken at universities throughout this year. Another program that the IC undertakes is at schools. It's a schools democracy program where we go to schools daily to engage with learners. But also we have a digital campaign which is continuous and driven by electoral activities, and a considerable part of our vote education for the youth part. Youth cohort takes part in that program. Now, all of these programs from the beginning of the year up until September have provided the IC with an additional 305,000 new registered voters, and additionally 60,000 voters that also were engaged with by the IC and had to update their details. Now for us, for 2024, in 2026-27 election, and in a way to mitigate the challenges of voter apathy, the IC has got a strategic plan from 2025 to 2030, which outlines our commitment to enhancing civic and democracy education across the country. The program is anchored on our staff cohort, which is permanent in all municipalities. The IC has got an office in each and every municipality in the country and in each and every region in a metro. So the IC would have that staff providing all of these things that I spoke to earlier on. However, for the coming elections, we are increasing that human resource capacity additionally by employing additional 105 temporary staff, which we refer to them as the municipal outreach coordinators. Those people are going to be employed for a period of 12 months to make sure that we send them into communities to engage people and make sure that we register people in time for elections. Now, that is the one part. Now, at the universities, we are going to be launching a tertiary institution campaign during the orientation weeks from January to March 2026. The national launch is going to take place at the Taletso TVET College in Lihurutsi campus in Zirast. Subsequent to that, all other regions and provinces are going to undertake their own launches. The School Democracy Program is also going to be undertaken next year. The program will be launched in April 2026, and we're going to engage teacher liaison officers and life orientation teachers to engage learners at schools to register them to be ready for elections next year. On SABC, we're going to be in partnership with SABC. We have 10 episodes that are going to be played on SABC, but also we're going to have outreach snippets played in a number of soapies on SABC, on Scheme Sam, on Generation, on Uzalo. So you're going to be engaging people about the voting procedures on all of these platforms. On radio, we're going to be engaging civic education on the 13 radio stations of the IEC, of the SABC. And then on community radio also, there's 26 community radio stations in the province. The IEC will also be providing civic and democracy education on radio stations just to engage people on a number of topics which include how to vote, what are municipal elections, what is the IEC, what's the importance of voter registration, if a person wants to participate and contest an election, how do they register as candidates in elections, and also speak about issues such as prohibited conduct during elections, and so that to ensure that especially our youth are not enticed to participate in wrongdoings during elections. But also the issues of teaching people what happens during counting and at the counting station, so that once the results come out, everybody is on par or is at least has an understanding how we got to where we are as the IEC. So these are really a number of things that the IEC will be doing, including providing fact sheets that are going to be distributed. We are distributing them as we speak with some of our stakeholders, with the GCIS. We are distributing some of these materials. And just one before last, the IEC has got also a WhatsApp chatbot that has been enhanced for 2026 elections. This complements the IEC's existing arrangement with internal system.
Tukuchaza, we from Home Affairs, sisase offline kwa manje. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Mlungisi from Langeni from Department of Home Affairs. I'm just here Nami to say Uguti on this program that is being launched today. The Department of Home Affairs will be part of it, and we will be assisting with AMA Smart Card. So starting from next year, January, be prepared to see. I'm a mobile operator, so starting from next year, we will be sending in mobiles to schools. So from next year, January until March, we've identified 380 schools around Gauteng that we will be visiting to assist with smart card applications so that you guys can be able to vote. And so, who has a right to apply for a smart card? I'm asking a question. Who has the right to apply for a smart card? Okay, to apply for a smart card, you have to be a South African citizen with a birth certificate. Elana is South Africa. So to apply for a smart card, you have to be, for a first timer, you have to be 16-year-old. And again, another question will be, what do I need to apply for a smart card? So first, for a smart card application, things are different. Like, you know, we have so many visitors in this country now. Everyone needs this smart card. Everyone needs that birth certificate. So to apply for a smart card, we need you guys to come in with your parent. A parent meaning a mother. Reason, normally we emphasize on having a mother when you are coming in to apply for a smart card. And then you must have your birth certificate, which is certified. The mother's ID must be certified. In an instant where a mother is deceased, we're gonna need you guys to bring in a death certificate with an informant. Who is an informant? An informant can be anyone who's raising you with a South African ID. Am I being clear? You cannot just grow up Uben at 21 and say I don't have a birth certificate. I mean, who our youth are losing at 21 and say I don't have a birth certificate. I mean, who our youth are losing in their birth certificate, and then after losing it, they take it as if like it's something not so serious. So from now on, if you lose your birth certificate while playing soccer or have a South African ID, and then now what we need is, we need to have an affidavit explaining the situation, because of once you are 18, normally when you are 16 and then you don't have parents, we will tell you to go to social development. Social development will assist you, and then Baglete Lagiti, Tina, we apply, we help you to apply for a smart card. Am I being clear? And then I'm very disappointed in you guys. Why am I disappointed? It is my first time with my mobile trucks. I had 3 mobile trucks outside. We only had 5 applications today. So meaning, I'm guessing you guys here are sorted. You don't need it. I'm not doing it. I will go to Jalo and then I'm taking a stage. Mtata mataka wami ngambe. Siyabong.
Ladies and gentlemen, oh no. Ay, whoa. Caught me by surprise there, guys. But anyway, I know people who can actually make some noise. Yes. So they are the KSJ Afri Finest Thespians, Amapantola I-10,000 and the Expendables. Please make some noise for the West Rand youth.
fall. Umona ena, the way I keep it cutting, it will never fall. Come on. How many of you use this tool?
On Robben Island, cold stones, Nelson Mandela engraved his name in the night. Each sacrifice, a seed.
No, leave them.
Each breath, an oath, a promise that chains will melt like tide.
Let's go through.
Today we stand beneath the flag of dawn. Barton boxes humming like drums of hope. Confidence drums in every part. A chorus. We vote not just for a party or a party, but for the soul we kept. Yet Amapantsula, Emakasana, they dance with eyes lit.
I left it by the table. I gave it to one of the guys there, your phone.
Glue sainted. False freedom. Side effects of the liberty misused.
Okay. Don't leave the stage empty. Don't leave the stage. Talk. We rise each day with hearts so bright, ready to learn, to do what's right. We eat our fruits, we dance, we play, to keep our bodies strong each day. Our votes in 2026 will make a mark. It will raise the nation's spark. South Africa, the youth, we rise, we take a stand because we are active, healthy, and responsible citizens. It's okay, get on stage, get on stage. Get on stage, get on stage.
Thank you.
Do something, say hi. Okay, say hi. It's okay, say hi to the crowd.
DJ, Petala.
ditsamaiso di sa tsamaye go ka ruta dithuto tsa ngwaoboswa mo dingwageng tsa ngwaoboswa di sianela go swa mosata motsamaisa ditsamaiso di sa tsamaisiweng go ka ruta dithuto tsa ngwaoboswa mo dingwageng tsa ngwaoboswa di sianela go swa boswa bo nyelela matlhong a batho ba bona dipono ba di latola ba itatola ba latola ba tshela tatolo ya ba latolela boswa bo ba lebagane re ka be re kotula gane ra nosetsa dipeo empa re iphetotsa dikutu tsa go ka a kgaoga o kgaotsa maoto ke ba ba go tsela ditlhapi di kapile ke wena kana lefatshe le ke la rona re la apareng ka boikgantso re tlogole go siana re ntse re sianela dipone digauta le diselefera di tsa tlase ga mmu e le wa rona power to the youth maatla ke a rona. We thank and we celebrate the day where we are given a chance to share a word or two about our rights and the things we ought to do on this world. Re tla feleletsa ka gore maboga a kokotetseng sefapanong go bontsha gore diketane di bofologile magodimo a bulegile. Tutla botlhoko re ka toga matla gago a go ka togetse modimo o ga re bona bajuda re a rora ga re tshoge bope maatla
Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for the West Rand youth. It's getting heated now. It's getting complicated, ladies and gentlemen. You know, in the midst of all of this fun that we had, I forgot to announce that as you're seeing all of these performances, this is an actual fact a competition, right? So with great pleasure from the office of the Speaker of the GPL, we will be giving two of these groups a grand prize of 10,000 Rand if they're the best performance, right? And the best part about it is that apart from our judges who will be picking the winner, it's you guys in the audience that will decide who takes this grand prize. So if you love a group, make some noise for them because they will be the ones at the end of the show who will get that prize. Okay. Right. Now it is time that we get into the more formal side of things. We will be having a keynote address from the Speaker of the Gauteng Provincial Legislature, Honorable Morakane Mosupie. So please, can we please rise up, give some thanks, and please welcome the Speaker of the GPL, Ms. Morakane Mosupie.
Okay, program director. Okay, program director, Mr. Warabile Mashego. Basha ba Gauteng dumelang. E re ke le dumedise gape basha ba Gauteng dumelang. Re kopile go tlhokopana le lona today gore re kgone go boledisana le lona ka maikarabelo and an opportunity e le nang le yona to choose your own government. But here's something that you do when the Speaker of the National Assembly, the Chairperson of the NCOP, the Speaker of all the provinces, and Speakers of all councillors. Ge ba bolela, la utlwella. I'm still listening to you, waiting for you to listen. I'm going to wait. I'm a very patient person. Okay, we are sorted inside. Ne ke kopa le botse le batho ba ba ka mola gore they should lower their voices. Okay, ke a le leboga. Thank you very much for being cooperative. Program Director, let me thank you again. Mr. Warabile Mashego. I also want to acknowledge in our presence the Speaker of the City of Johannesburg, Councillor Margaret Arnold, who has already addressed us. Also acknowledge the Speaker of Mfuleni Municipality, Councillor Sibongile Sedusa. I hope I pronounce your name properly. The Speaker of Mogale City, Councillor Doreen Davis. I also want to acknowledge all councillors that are present here. The IEC representative, Mr. Moses Pito, Department of Home Affairs representative, Mr. Mlungisi Mlangeni, the Secretary of the Legislature, Advocate Maloka, all officials of Gauteng Provincial Legislature, bana ba rona ba Gauteng, bana ba bantle ba Gauteng, ke a le dumedisa gape bo botlhe. On behalf of all the speakers that I have acknowledged, it is a great pleasure and honor and a deep sense of duty to be given this opportunity to address you today. And I want to thank you for having agreed to come and participate and be part of this voter education and registration campaign for the year 2025. This campaign launch comes literally less than a year before the upcoming local government elections. This year's voter education and registration campaign is launched under the theme and an open quote, active, healthy, and responsive citizenry, close quote. Akira aro tsameka di game ne? Thank you. It can be deducted from the theme that this campaign is designed to encourage citizens, but especially you young citizens, to be active, to be engaged, and to be responsible citizens of South Africa's democracy, as well as make it easy for citizens to go online and register to vote. Ntate Pitso, when he was addressing us, he shared with you the platforms, different platforms that the IEC has designed, especially for you young people, because it is your world, where you can register and also participate in a chat group that they have, TikTok, Instagram, all of the platforms that you have, they are designed specially for you young people so that you get to not only learn about what is it that you need to do to be responsible and responsive citizens, but to also engage with us as speakers, to engage with the IEC, and to engage with other Chapter 9 and 10 institutions that are supporting democracy. So as the Gauteng Provincial Legislature, we are constitutionally mandated to promote public participation in the democratic processes in the province. So what we are doing today, it is our responsibility in law. We have to do it. We have to come to you and share with you the information that government has around issues of your registering for voting and to actually take part in the voting process when it comes along. I was having a discussion, Lady Speaker, when we were seated here, and what we said amongst ourselves is that you as young people, remember we are parents. Some of us are even very soon to be grandparents, but we have teenage or young adults in our families. So we do talk about, the activities that you have on social media. And we are aware of the fact that you do engage with government. You do ask questions. My children would ask me, Mama, Speaker, what are you doing for us as young people? I would say, my first response to them is, are you on the voters' roll? Before we even have a discussion, are you on the voters' roll? Park your question, we will come to it. First, are you on the voters' roll? If he says, yes, I'm on the voters' roll, when was the last time that there was voting in your area? Did you go out and vote? If only the yes, then I say, what is it that you have a problem with government? We can talk. Because you have shown me, you have demonstrated to me as your mother that you are a responsible citizen. And until then, no discussion. Get yourself on the voters' roll. Make sure that you go out and vote. Choose the government that you want. And then we can have a discussion about what it is that we are doing for you. You can also hold me accountable, not as your mother, but as a public rep. And then as your mother as well, because it's a fact, you can't change that. But until you show me, you demonstrate that you are a responsible citizen, Aribuleli. Same thing as when we speak to you about getting an education. Until you have a junior degree in your belt, or at least some kind of a diploma, you can't discuss the future. What future do you have? If you have a problem that you cannot go to school because your parents can't afford it, come to us as government, then we will talk and see how we can help you. You see, it's it's not complicated, ne? Very, very simple. You came here today, and you came here for a purpose, and this purpose must benefit you as a young person. Councillor Arnold, when she was talking to you earlier on, she said, it's not only the future, it's in the present that belongs to you. But you can only claim it if you show responsibility. So to this end, we want to and shall continue to cultivate and instill a culture of electoral democracy and active citizenry among South Africans, starting with you young people, and to enhance voter registration and voter participation in all national, provincial, and local government elections. We are doing this mindful of the fact that majority of our people in this country were denied a right to vote, and you have this right. Use it. It is your right. So as a result, many people fought and died in the struggle for freedom, which included a right to vote. It is therefore incumbent upon us to safeguard a right to vote, for it came through many sacrifices, including ultimate price of death. In this regard, it is our firm belief that engaging citizens' views about democracy, it is our belief that engaging citizens' views about democracy and elections through voter-based dialogue will enhance voter participation among youth groups of our electorate population. This particular group of our electorate population is a critical one in shaping the future of South Africa, and therefore we deem it fit to channel our energy in encouraging you to participate in voting, to participate in choosing the government that you want, so that you can hold that government accountable. After all, the future and today belongs to you, young people of South Africa. I am, and all the speakers here, we are expecting you to draw inspiration from the generation of June 16, 1976, who spearheaded the Soweto uprising to fight for a right to education, a right that government is guaranteeing for our young people. Similarly, you must take it upon yourself to craft your future. And voting is but just one of the ways to do so. The other one is education. The other one is doing what we were witnessing here, that you have talent, you use it and you share it with your peers and the rest of the citizens of the country. So as the Gauteng Provincial Legislature, we are hoping to achieve the following at the end of this year's voter education and registration campaign. We are hoping to cultivate a culture of democracy and active citizenry in our communities. I just want to explain to you a little bit what active citizenry means. Yes, you get yourself onto the voters roll, you go and vote, but you also hold the government that you have that you would have voted for. You hold it accountable with confidence, because you can tell them that you are in that position because I took time to come and choose you and give you an opportunity to lead the government. But you can only do that with certainty if you know that you have done what you are supposed to do. The second one is increasing voter registration across all population groups. The third one is growing an empowered electorate within the youth population yourselves. The fourth one is enabling and understanding and exercising of youth civic and democratic rights and responsibilities. And the fifth one is enhanced voter registration in all national, provincial and local government elections. I also want to encourage you. We will be coming to where you are, your schools, your formations, your NGOs, your cooperatives, whatever formation that you belong to, with a proposal of, obviously we'll give you a few topics that you can have a debate on, but we prefer that we get the topics from yourselves, so that we get to understand that which are the topics that you want to, that you would want us to discuss with yourselves. We have Youth Parliament. For those of you who have participated, actually, our program director is a product of one of our youth parliaments. I think he participated in 2018, if I'm not wrong, 2018, 2019. So that also is a platform for debate, but it is not the only one. It is not the only platform. So this year, from this year, we are going to do things a little bit differently. We'll be coming to your NGOs, cooperatives, and all other formations for you to give us a topic that you want us to help you in engaging in a debate on. And we will be coming to you to explain to you how that is going to be done. I also want to indicate that we as the Gauteng Provincial Legislature will not achieve these ambitious goals without full participation of you as young citizens of the country. I therefore encourage you all to embrace.
We have an adjudication team. It's 5 very awesome